Thank you so much, Phyllis. We're going to continue knowing that we will be known by the love that we express every moment of our lives. My mind is open to changing the world. Let it begin, let change begin with me. My heart embraces a world wrapped in peace. Let it begin, let peace begin with me. Agent of change, a sweet dove of peace. I am love, I am love, I am love, I am love. I am an agent of change, a sweet dove of peace. I am love unfolding. My eyes envision a world aglow in love. Let it begin. Let love begin with me. We move together toward all that is just. Let it begin. Let justice begin with us. We are agents of change, sweet doves of peace. We are love. We are love. We are love. We are love. We are agents of change, sweet doves of peace. We are love unfolding. We are love unfolding. Thank you, Kim Char, for that wonderful reminder. We're going to continue by remembering that you and I are messengers of love and expression every day. Today I am a messenger of peace and joy. Today I am a messenger of love. Today I am a messenger of peace and joy. Today I am a messenger of God. The peace of God is the peace in my heart. The joy of God is my joy. The love of God has transformed my every care. Today I am a messenger of God. Today I am a messenger of peace and joy. Today I am a messenger of love. Today I am a messenger of peace and joy. Today I am a messenger of God. I am the peace in this world today. I am the joy. I am love. I am the hope of the Christ that dwells within. Today I am a messenger of God. Today I am a messenger of peace and joy. Today I am a messenger of love. Today I am a messenger of peace and joy. Today I am a messenger of God. Today I am a messenger of God. Today I am a messenger of God.
Good morning. Please join me in affirming our statement of being. Together, there is only one presence and one power in the universe, God the good, omnipotent. This power expresses life, love, wisdom, and abundance through me. In it, I live, and move and have my being. Good morning. My name is Joni, and I will be your service leader. Welcome to Unity of Bloomington on streaming live on Facebook. We extend a special welcome to those of you who are joining us online for the first time today. And if you would like to find out more about us or receive our newsletter, please visit our website at unityofbloomington.org. You can subscribe to the newsletter directly there. And if you saw the newsletter this week, you will saw there was a wonderful article about happy music that Terry Snow shared with us from what we call the Unity Mothership, had provided that in one of their publications. And that was a topic of the Living Unity group this week. And we all shared our happy music, and Today I Am a Messenger was one of my songs. So there is no coincidence, but isn't that interesting how all this works out? At Unity, we offer practical, spiritual teachings that empower abundant and meaningful living. We believe and practice the following. There is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in our lives. God the good, omnipotent. God is. We are spiritual beings created in God's image. The Spirit of God is within each of us. I am. We create the experience of our lives through our thoughts and beliefs. I create. We become aware of our oneness through prayer and meditation. I pray. We transform our lives by putting these principles into practice. I live. I live the truth I know. And now, Ginger, Lynn, would you like to come up and do our children's moment?
Sure. Good morning. Hi. I'm glad you could be here with us this morning, even though you're not actually here with us this morning. This is weird. I will look forward to seeing all of you again soon when we can sit on the steps together. But in the meantime, we are going to keep loving each other and learning and growing. And I want to remind you today that our mission is to be our very best selves. And that means your best version of you. My best self isn't going to look like your best self does or anybody else's, because each of us are unique. So we have Jesus as our way shower. He learned how to be his very best self and realized that he knew God within. He was God within. And he lived a life to teach the rest of us how to do that. So when you aren't sure what to do to be your highest self, think about Jesus and think about being your own unique best self, and you've got it. Now, we're going to sing to you our Unity blessing. You'll recognize this.
We love you. We bless you. We truly, truly appreciate you. We behold the Christ in you.
Thank you, Reverend Lynette. This month, we continue Unity's 2020 theme, Perfect Vision, Seeing Through a Spiritual Lens, with our June focus, Well-Being. Our hearts know the truth of our being. We are whole and complete, regardless of any circumstance. One with God, our well-being is assured. Divine life strengthens and sustains our bodies, minds, and spirits. External conditions may be difficult or uncomfortable, but our divine identity holds true. We are eternal beings of unlimited life, love, and power. Circumstances do not define or limit us. We maintain our well-being with good nutrition, exercise, and rest for our bodies, service, gratitude, and forgiveness for our spirits, and harmony of mind and purpose with others. Focused on all the good that exists, we live in the flow of life. The divine within assures our continued well-being. And today we affirm, my heart knows well-being no matter the circumstance. Please join me in claiming this truth as our own. Together, my heart knows well-being no matter the circumstance. Have a couple of brief announcements. The first thing I want to do, because we don't get to do this every week, is share appreciation and give you a chance to share appreciation for the people that make this service happen. Andy and Seb this morning. You can't see them. They're back there with their masks, working hard. Dan, Betsy, Phyllis, and Ginger, our music team. And Ginger's our multitasking spiritual ministry coordinator, media functioner, problem fixer. And we are grateful to you. We are grateful. Our hearts know well-being regardless of the circumstance. Also want to remind you that as has become our tradition, we're having our summer music series, and that is going to begin on July 12th. That would be the second Sunday in July. I have no details, but if it's like ever is, it will be wonderful. We also are kicking off a new process on July 12th. Look for this in your July overview and probably in the newsletters. At 11:30, following the service, we'll be offering a virtual Unity Cafe starting at 11:30, and the login information will be provided to you, and we look forward to having an actual exchange with you around our service rather than just having to send in messages. The word for today is will. And the affirmation is spiritual understanding guides my will. Each day I use my will to make decisions, big and small, that affect the quality and direction of my life. Through the use of my human will, I may make choices out of fear or out of a sense of lack. I may be driven by my desire for convenience, comfort, or pleasures of the moment. The use of my spiritual will, however, directs my choices toward a greater awareness of my divine nature. As I grow spiritually, I use my will to shine my Christ light even more brightly. I grow in willingness to co-create with God as I release my willfulness to do everything on my own. As I live more intentionally for my divinity, the light of spiritual understanding dawns within me and directs my will. And from Joshua chapter 1, verse 9, I hereby command you, be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened or dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Now let's join together in speaking the affirmation for today. Together, spiritual understanding guides my will. And now repeat it to yourself silently. Spiritual understanding guides my will. Our message this morning will be provided by our spiritual ministry co-coordinator, the Reverend Lynette Carlson, and the Unity Music Team will be providing our musical inspiration.
You might win a battle, could win a race, outrun your rival, come in first place. You could lose your center in the push and the shove, or simply surrender. Tune into love. Love's not a contest, it's just who we are, both the light and the shadow, at one in the heart, beyond the senses. There's music to play and songs to be singing at the end of the day. Love wins. Love wins. All is well in the end. Love wins. Love wins. Love wins. All is well in the end. Love wins. Love knows no boundaries. It's the light in our eyes, familiar to all, universally prized. There's a world of compassion, and we're good to begin. If we could just quit fighting, oh, and let love win. Love wins. Love wins. All is well in the end. Love wins. Love wins. Love wins. All is well in the end. Love wins. When we're up against too much to ask, when we lose our resistance at last, and we realize love's got our back, love wins. For everyone, great and small, we are lifted as we call. Kindness conquers all. Love wins. Love wins. Love wins. All is well in the end. Love wins. Love wins.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's hear it for love. Love wins. Yeah, woo! Yeah, that's really our message this morning, that we are channels of love, and we are the clearest channel when we are operating out of our highest consciousness, which unity refers to as Christ consciousness, hence our title. We are concluding our month of focus on well-being, and I feel like I'm kind of the caboose on the train for well-being. But I was thinking about other words that speak to me of well-being, and I thought of the word security, being secure. That's freedom from danger, fear, loss. Something is secure when it provides safety or is trustworthy or confident. And to secure something is to make it safe, to guarantee it, to obtain it, or to fasten it, like secure your seatbelts. It's really difficult for me to imagine well-being without security. Peace of mind really isn't possible if you're constantly in danger. Slide. Our human consciousness may equate security with something like this. I have known little trauma in my life, so a warm, soft blanket, sometimes something familiar and safe, provides a deep sense of security. However, I realize that for many others, this image, slide, evokes a much greater sense of security. Whereas the blanket provides security in the form of comfort, the security guard provides security as protection. But in truth, neither of these is really able to ensure our well-being, even though we may occasionally lean on them. They are very much in our human consciousness. But there's a better way. Slide. I was inspired by Ginger's message last week, especially when she sang My Father's Eyes, which was made popular by Amy Grant in the last century. Check it out online. She was only 18 when she sang that. She looks like she's in junior high. But I told Ginger I thought she outdid Amy Grant last week. So we're glad that she brought that song back for us. And I know that Ginger's biological father is a good man, but I knew that she was referring not only to her earthly father, but her heavenly Father, what we in unity call God or divine mind or Christ consciousness, when she sang these words. Her Father's eyes are eyes that found the good things when good was not around, eyes that found the source of help when help would not be found, eyes full of compassion, seeing every pain, knowing what you're going through and feeling it the same, just like my Father's eyes. I love this picture, which is actually a rock formation somewhere, but I thought that may be what God's eyes are like. And perhaps we can use that same light that appears in this image when we look upon those, especially who are in need. Let's have the next slide. These have a lot of words on them, and they're just going to reinforce what I'm saying. what does it mean to see the world through God's eyes? Well, this slide and the ones that follow are from a Unity teaching on lessons in truth, which I found on truthunity.net. We often talk about the Christ presence or Christ consciousness, and this teaching fleshes out what this is. The Christ life is that of mastery, authority, and spiritual dominion. Our goal, whether we know it or not, is to express our innate spiritual or Christ nature. Therefore, the ultimate aim of the individual should be to attain a consciousness of spirituality or Christ-likeness. We can then master our own thoughts, feelings, words, actions, reactions, and demonstrate the dominion that is ours as children and heirs of God. But who is this Christ whose consciousness we are to emulate? What does it mean to be Christ-like? Well, I tend to think of Jesus Christ, as being like this next slide. Here he's pictured as the Good Shepherd, one who, if you look close enough, not only was leading the sheep, but he welcomed children and even let them bring their dog. You know, I was surprised because I grew up with this image of Jesus the Christ when I met someone in my mid-20s who was afraid of Jesus. I realized that not everybody was taught that Jesus was their friend. And this next slide gives us a little understanding about that. I knew the story of Jesus driving the money changers out of the temple, and I knew that he could be tough, but it just never occurred to me that if the going got rough, that Jesus wouldn't be on my side. But both of these images are human images of Jesus, the Christ. And Unity teaches that there was another dimension to Jesus, which is his realization of his own Christ consciousness. Unity teaches that Christ is the perfect idea of God for people. Christ is the best that people can be when we live out our Christiness, if you will. And Jesus, as a person, is the perfect expression of the divine idea person. So Jesus is the union of the two, the perfect idea of people and the perfect expression of that idea. And that's who we are called to be too, to live into our highest human expression of that spiritual consciousness. Well, this lesson that I found offered 3 paths, if you will, to realize a deeper awareness of our Christ consciousness and put it into action. Because, as our 5th principle reminds us, knowing the truth really is only a part. We have to live the truth that we know and demonstrate it. So, this next slide outlines the first of these 3 paths: meekness, love, and forgiveness. I have to admit that meekness has not always been my very best quality. And I was kind of reassured when I heard Carolyn Mace in an audio program say that not everyone's calling made meekness come to them by first nature. So I decided I was one of those people. But it is still an important attribute and one that Jesus demonstrated. Meekness is not weakness, nor is it letting people walk all over you. Meekness is really spiritual strength used correctly. And meekness makes us receptive to our true nature as a child of God. I think of meekness as the spiritual antidote to ego. Yeah, just consider that. To be meek is to be humble, to be free from all negative reactions. Meekness overcomes reactivity. It's non-resistant and an attitude in which we feel free from the need to defend ourselves. And now that's a meekness I can embrace. It's knowing that the divine supports our highest and best and then living like we believe that. The quality of meekness enables us to be open and receptive to God's guidance at all times. And it makes us teachable and willing to accept this guidance. Without meekness and the openness that it involves, the highest degree of Christ consciousness can't be attained. It's like there's that glass ceiling that the ego imposes. And so it is in our receptivity that we can become the expressions of our highest self that we're meant to be. Let's have the next slide, which is about love, the second attribute that is necessary if we are to attain our highest consciousness. Love is the attracting, harmonizing, unifying, equalizing, and binding idea in divine mind. It's what Charles Fillmore called the idea of universal unity. It's the coming together that I think meekness really prepares the way for. When we're non-defensive and open, it's much easier to come together. Love is a combining influence. That's what harmonizing is about. It brings different notes together so that they sound beautiful, greater than the sum of their parts. And you know, love is what allows us to be one in spirit. In case you didn't recognize or couldn't think of the name of the prelude that Phyllis shared with us this morning, it was, "They'll know we are Christians by our love." The first line is, "We are one in the Spirit." As the attracting power of divine mind, love draws to us all the good we may ever desire. And it dissolves all the inharmonious conditions in human experience and gives each of us that sense of divine security. We feel securely held in divine love. Love is a magnet. It acts as a magnet and brings forth joy, happiness, and that well-being we've been talking about all month. This next slide reminds us that forgiveness is a third tool in our practices for achieving this high, what we call Christ consciousness. It's necessary in order to release that which no longer serves us, those things that encumber us or get in the way. Forgiveness is a mental letting go of every thought and feeling of fear or anxiety, worry or selfishness, greed, hurt, injustice, disappointment, you name it, forgiveness unbinds it. It's kind of the opposite of love, which draws things to us. Forgiveness lets them go. Forgiveness means giving a blessing of love for feelings of wounded pride or egotism or injury. It includes forgiving ourselves as well as the other. And we cannot pour out blessings of forgiveness without feeling an inrush of power and peace. And that's the cornerstone of well-being. This slide, next slide, sums it up well. The practical application of meekness, love, and forgiveness builds a consciousness of Christ-likeness that enables us to function from this high spiritual consciousness in our daily living. And that's where it really counts the most. I find that it's much easier to feel spiritual when I'm alone and meditating, praying. People don't challenge me that way. There are very few problems that show up when I'm praying. So that high spiritual consciousness just comes naturally. However, that is really not the measure of our spiritual consciousness, is to be able to do it in the easiest places. It really is in our day-to-day living. And for those of us who have been practicing physical distance, you have gotten to know the people in your household better than you ever imagined that you could. And this may be put to the test. So remember that meekness is non-defensiveness, that love draws our good to us, and forgiveness allows us to release all that is not good. And then we'll have well-being, as this last slide illustrates. We can feel confident and secure. And it's from this high level of spiritual consciousness in our daily living that we can truly know that all is well, regardless of the circumstances. Breathe that in just for a moment. And know in the depths of your being that you can feel confident and secure in Christ consciousness. And now our music team will help us to prepare for a time of meditation.
When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my
invite you to let your heart go deeper as you take a deep cleansing breath and release it. Relax and let your heart go deeper into your God, into your center and the essence of your being. Release. As you exhale, and draw your good to yourself as you breathe in. Yes. You are the only one of you who has ever existed. You are here for a reason. You have a purpose. And your highest and best will bring you more satisfaction than anything else for which you could strive. The best version of ourselves is our gift to the world. We embody the love, the humility, and the forgiveness of Christ consciousness and shine it forth into the world so that every dark place receives light. We bring that light with us, as us. And we shine our most brightly when we hold that high spiritual consciousness. We shed light for ourselves and for all those around us. And we lift the consciousness of the whole world. That is our gift to share, to enjoy, and to show forth. Breathe it in and let it go in the silence.
I am the love of God. I am the love of God. The love that makes the universe. The love that sustains us all. I am that love.
And so it is. Thank you, Lynn, and thank you, music team. We now turn to the spiritual practice of generosity. We are grateful for the many ways that this center supports us in our spiritual growth, and we in turn are happy to support this center with our financial contributions and voluntary service. We are also grateful to those who have already put in place automatic weekly, monthly, or quarterly giving. And today, if you feel led to give, please visit our website at unityofbloomington.org and click the giving link. You can also place a check in the mail. Our mailing address is 4001 South Rogers Street, 47403. And now I invite you to join together in speaking this affirmation of our conscious abundance. Together, I am an abundant being living in an abundant universe. God is the source of my supply. I'm not dependent on people or situations for my good. God is the source of my supply. I always have something to give, and I consistently give it. I expect the best. I give my best, and I now attract the best in every experience.
Peace in my life is growing because I choose love. Love's always present, it's what I'm made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one. One tie that binds us that can't be undone. I choose love. I choose love. Peace in my family is growing because I choose love. Let love be present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one. One loving family sharing one son. I choose love. I choose love. Peace for our planet is growing because I choose love. Let love be present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are all part of each other. We are one. One choice unites us. Let this be the one. I choose love. I choose love. I choose love.
Let's bless the offering received and all of our blessings with these words. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And now, our live Facebook prayer partner, Ginger Curry.
Thank you, Joni. Hello, my name is Ginger Curry. I am available to pray with you. I'm available to celebrate with you, or I'm available to chat. So please just let me know. You can email me at gingercurry@gmail.com. I'd be more than happy to spend some time with you. So as we do every Sunday, we close our service with a prayer, and then we sing, "Let There Be Peace on Earth," reminding us that not only are we spiritually connected to oneness, but we are also spiritually and physically connected to everyone on this planet. So let's say our prayer together. Well, there we go, right to this, right to the main thing. It's the original prayer. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And now, please join us in singing Let There Be Peace on Earth. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other